Hello guys. So welcome to today's GFG POTD. And let's first understand the question that what they want to say. We have given a string str that will represent a positive number. Okay. So the task is to round the str to nearest multiple of 10. If you have to multiple equally apart from the string, choose the smallest element among them. Okay. So we are given an string and we have to find the nearest multiple of that string, and the string length is till 10 to the power 5. Okay, so we have to find out that the closest 10 multiple string of the given string, and if two are at the same distance, then we have to return on the smallest one. Okay, so let's understand the question. um, Here I have taken the two example. The first one, that is end with 5. Let me take one more example, that is 1 2 3 4 3. Okay, so it is another example. So we all know that if a number to be multiple of the 10, then it should be end with the 0. So we have to make the last element is 0 in all the three cases. So here I have given that the last element is 3. So if I make it 0, then I can do it in two ways. The first one is that I can subtract the 3 from it, and the second one is that I can add the 7. Okay, so which one is at the less distance, or at the smaller distance? The minus 3 is at the smaller distance to this string. Okay, so we do this, and we simply what and do that, we simply replace the 3 with 0. So our string become 1 2 3 and 4 and 0. So it is our final string after converting this string to. Okay, so let's understand this example, that is end with the 5. So it can also be done in the two ways. Okay, so first one is what? First one, we can subtract the minus 5, and the another one is that we can add the 5. So by this, the string obtained is that after subtracting the 5, the string obtained is 1 2 3 4, and the last one is 0. And by adding 5, the string obtained should be that we have to add 5 to 5 and 5 0, and 4 and 1 5. Okay, and these two remains the same. So 1 2 3 5 0, and let me first erase this one because it is getting mess up. You don't able to understand it in a simple way. So let's see. Okay, so and the second one string that is generated is this. So what we have to do, that we have to choose one the smallest. Okay, so we choose this. So first we check the last element. What we do in our code, that first we check the last element, and if the last element is less than 5, if the last element is equals to 5, okay, and if the last element is greater than 5. There are three cases in this, and in these both the cases, as we see, that we have to simply replace the last element with 0. So we make the last element 0, and in this, let's see what we have to do. Okay, so we are taken the example, that is 1 2 3 4 6, and we have to make the last element 0. So as you also guessing that we have to add the 4. So first we add the 4 in this, and then the string become this, that 6 and 4 is 0, and 1 2 3 remains as it is. Okay, 3 remains as it is. So how we can do this, that first we find the distance of 6 from the 10. If the last element is greater than 5. Okay, so we find the distance, that is 10 minus 6. So it comes out to be 4, and then we traverse the string from the very last element. And if that is found that if the ith pointer that we are traversing through the string that is used, so if we add the last element, then we add the difference to it. Okay, so if that is last element, then we add the difference to it. Okay, so first let me erase this. Yeah, so if that is the last element, then we add the difference, then it becomes 0. And after that we find the carry. So carry should be find out by str of I, str uh, str of I minus. As you all know that if a number we want to convert it to an integer, then we have to subtract the 0 from it. Why it is becoming again and again dark? Okay, so we have to make it 0. So it is a 0, so we are subtracting 0, and plus we are adding the difference. Okay, so as we add the difference, and then we have to divide it whole by 10. and the 0 is here obtained by taking the modulo. So instead of dividing, if we replace that with the modulo operator that is used for finding the remainder, then we obtain the 0 here. So it will become 0 and the carry obtained here is 1. So in the next element we are adding the carry. So 4 and 5, 4 and 1 becomes the 5 and the others remains the same. Let me take a more example. So if we take an example of 99. Okay, so if we take an example of 99, then we have to first find the difference. Then, as you all know, that difference is what? Uh, Difference then become, difference comes out to be 1. Okay, so we are adding the 1 in it, adding 1 in it. Okay, and we say that our answer is 9 plus 1, 9 plus 1 modulus, 9 plus 1 modulus 10. Okay, so 9 plus 1 modulus 10 is 0, and our carry is 9 plus 1, 9 plus 1, carry is 9 plus 1 divided by 10. So it comes out to be 1. It come out to be 1. Okay, so then we add 1 in it, and it also becomes the 0, and carry remains the 1. So then what we have to do, that we have to insert a more one more character in it. We have to insert one more character at the front, and that value is carry. So in which case we have to add that element, we have to add that element only in the case when the carry is greater than 0. So 1 is greater than 0, so we are add. Okay, so these are the example. Let's understand the code, that how we have to return that. I already written, I think, yes. So here I am that saying that if the last one is 0, then it is already an divisible string by 10. And if the last element is less than equals to 5, then what we have to do, we have to simply make it 0, as we understand from this example, that we have to simply make it 0. So I also did the same. And if that is greater than 5, then what I have to do, we have to first find out the difference, as I am finding out here. As I'm finding out here also, that is the difference we have to first find out. We have to add the difference to the last element and find the corresponding carry. If that is not a last element, then we have to add the carry. So after doing all these steps, if the carry is greater than 0, as we show in the case of the 99, that the carry is remaining to be 1. So if the carry is greater than 0, then we have to add a more element in the front of it. So what we do, I use the to string function, that is converting an integer to string, and then I appending that string, and I have to return the str. So I making as str to s, and I have written in the str. So this is our code. Let me run this code. We are doing the only the simply thing, that we are only checking the last element, because the last element is more important for us to be an string to be divisible by 10. So this is our code, and I think it should run fine. So it is running also. So thank you for seeing the video.